What's happening? What's going on? How are we doing? Is everybody awake? Is everybody here? What's going on? We are here once again, making sure sound, vision, everything's coming through clearly here. Just going to let it breathe for a second as we're jumping in here. Welcome in, everybody. We got a big night ahead of us, jumping into a brand new Neville Goddard book, Prayer, the Art of Believing, a new way to pray, a new way to see prayer, and we're looking like we're all good. Awesome. I missed you guys. Sorry I missed Sunday. Just had a lot going on, but appreciate everyone, your patience in all of this. Thank you for being here. This is a big night. This is a big day. Going into Neville Goddard Prayer, the Art of Believing. This is going to be a life-changing book. And as we describe and peel apart the layers, as you can see, peeling apart the layers of this book, it is going to change your life. I promise you that. And we're going to go through it slowly. We're going to go through it together. And it's going to be an amazing time. Stick around. I really hope you'll stick around for this. And if you're watching this after the fact, thank you so much. Please smash the like button if you get any tidbit of value, and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, it's going to mean a whole lot to me. It's going to just help me a lot, especially in these beginning times of getting this channel off the ground and getting these live streams going and juicing and getting more people aware that these are going on. It's going to add a lot of value to a lot of people. It's going to change a lot of lives, and it's going to help change the world in a lot of different ways. So thank you, everybody. I'm just going to let it continue to breathe here for a little bit as people start coming in, and then we'll start diving in. So let me know if you're here. Let me know who's here. Let me know what's going on. And hope everyone's doing well. How's your manifestations going? How's your life going? How's the shift that we're all going through in this world is a big one, and we're all navigating it differently. But my intention with my channel and with these live streams is to give you tools to navigate it more smoothly, more lovingly, with more grace, with more effortless flow downstream, not paddling upstream, but just gently paddling downstream, letting the stream take you naturally to where you could actually pick up the paddles in your raft and just let the stream naturally take you down the stream where you're meant to go. That's what life is all about. It's not meant to be an uphill battle. It's not meant to be an upstream grind. We're not meant to just get caught in the rat race all the time. Sharice, what's happening? Haven't manifested in a while. Haven't kept up with my nightly routines and such, yet somehow life is going okay. Well, yeah, life will continue moving on, and that's fine. I appreciate the honesty. It's all good. It's all good, Also, great jacket. Thank you. You like it? How about the shirt? Little Sasquatch holding the beer. It's one of my faves. Thought you'd enjoy that. Thank you, though. Yeah, this jacket's nice and warm. It's been very cold. We've had a cold front here in Colorado. It's been around 0 degrees or early negative. Yeah, looks like me. I know. If I could just get the beard going, yeah, it does. But yeah, it's been pretty cold here, so I'm just kind of layering up a little bit. It's been like 0 degrees Fahrenheit in the mornings, around 20 or 30 degrees in the height of the day. Although it's going to start picking up and to be about 45 degrees this upcoming week, which, whatever, Colorado is not getting any snow this year. We have record lows in the town that I'm living in. It's never gotten this little snow, so it's crazy. These are the times. We're living through different times, and it's a weird cycle. It has felt like spring for 90% of this winter, which is just insane to say and to think about. A little bit sad. I'm a snow baby, so I love the snow. I'm a December baby as well. So I was born in the snow. I love the snow. I was born in Vail, Colorado. So just Colorado boy here, snow lover, but you know what? I'll take the spring weather. And if this is all part of the energetic shift that we're all going through in the world, and the weather is a part of it as well, it's just another aspect of the shift we're going through, and that's all right. And we'll get through it all together. But again, tonight is Prayer, the Art of Believing. So let me know if you're here in the chat. Say what's up. Don't be afraid. We don't got to only talk about Neville Goddard in these chats, in these live streams. We could talk about anything that you desire, anything that's on your heart. If you want to just get to know me a little bit better, if you want to introduce parts of yourself, I welcome that. This is an open-hearted community where there's no judgments. We're all here to support each other. Even the chat has started interacting with each other a little bit in the past live streams, which is awesome. And I encourage that for you guys to start interacting in the chat to each other as we go through all of this and supporting each other and what we're going through and the manifestations, relating to each other and everything like that. Sharice, it's all good that you haven't manifested in a while. Well, you're always manifesting. So to say you haven't manifested in a while isn't exactly true. You're always manifesting all the time. You just don't realize that you are. So let's take that as that's a perfect little lesson point with that so far, but it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. No shame or guilt here. But the idea is to be consistent with our manifestations. The idea is to be consistent with the thoughts that we continue to think so that we can continue to or start to perpetuate new ideas and outpicturing new realities that we prefer. Because the more we think and feel about the thoughts, the more feeling that we create with the thoughts that we think, the more that we're going to see that outpictured, because we're impressing the subconscious, the female aspect of consciousness, with the male aspect, which is the conscious mind of the consciousness. And that's how we make the baby of our manifestations. So consistency is key. But don't guilt yourself. Don't trip up if you miss a day. You can do this we don't only have to hold ourselves to doing the nightly routine or the morning routine where we're in that state of repose, or that state right before we're about to fall asleep, that groggy state, which is that golden zone of manifestation. You can also meditate yourself into this at any point in the day. You could be stuck in traffic and just appreciate the fact that all of your manifestations are coming towards you, and appreciating the life that you have right now, not needing or insisting anything on the outside to change in order for you to change and express the authentic version of yourself that you have been waiting to and too afraid to for a very long time because you're worried about the judgments of others. This is the space where we can transcend all of those negative, unconscious belief systems together. That's what this is all about. So, been really cold here too in the Caribbean, really, except no snow, just rain. And I wore socks with red shoes in skull. I don't know. Been getting called Dorothy all day. Oh, you're looking like Dorothy out there? Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, you got your little basket, little Toto with you. I don't know if you have a pet or anything, but yeah, that's cool. It is what it is. You wear the warm weather that you need to, or you wear what you need to feel warm in the cold weather. So this is what we do. How's everyone doing? Sharice, appreciate you. That is Sharice reaching out to you guys in the chat to reach, so you can start connecting with each other, make friendships. I'm excited to see how everyone starts coming together and commingling in these chats. And if you guys maybe even eventually meet each other outside or spark some kind of relationship, friendship or whatever, that's going to be fun for me to kind of be the facilitator for, or just the person that's doing this, that creates that sort of possibility. So that's awesome. So appreciate it. Who's here? What's going on, everybody? What is going on? It is, what is the date? It's January 27th, 6/10. Yeah, it's flying by. We're already a month through. So how's everyone's manifestations going? How are we feeling? How are we feeling in general? How's the state of being feeling? Again, if you guys are seeing this after the fact, if you guys do get value from these live streams or any of the videos that you've maybe seen on my channel, hitting the like button on this and subscribing to the channel is going to help me out a whole lot. If you get any sense of or any little bit, any tidbits, little bits in inspiration, you feel a little bit differently than when you came in, it sparked a new idea or a new motivation, inspiration in you, changing anyway, I'm going to appreciate it if you do that. So where's my GF Lorraine? Yeah, Lorraine, where you at? I don't know if Lorraine is here tonight, or she sometimes seems to come by in around the 6:30 time or the half hour time when we're in here. But yeah, say what's up. Don't be shy, people. If you're here, say what's up. Share this with a friend. I'd appreciate it if you think there's a friend or a family member or anybody in your life that would benefit from learning about Neville Goddard, the laws of the universe, just would benefit from the positive vibes that we're creating in these live streams and on my YouTube channel. Please feel free. And it would mean a lot to me if you would share my stuff with them and bring them along on these live streams. It could be a little date night for learning how to manifest, and learning that we not really learning how to manifest because we already are manifesting all the time, but becoming more aware of what we're always constantly creating in our lives so that we can utilize it in the best way. So I got some videos coming out this week. I'm doing a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday post. So I'm going to be posting videos 3 days in a row on those days to see if that kind of tricks the algorithm up a little bit, see if we get some more traction posting on those days. The times I posted on Mondays, it has just like tanked for some reason. So we're just trying different things. So I appreciate you guys just kind of being patient and seeing how it all evolves and seeing where we all go. But maybe that Wednesday to Friday will be like a nice time as people are on hump day and you're getting ready for the weekend and everything like that. Maybe people are more open and ready to start their entertainment stuff that they got going on. A bird shat on you today. What the hell? I think it's a blessing. Good. How's your week been also? Thank you. Dude, that's crazy. I've always wondered if and when that would ever happen to me. So far it hasn't, thankfully, but great that you can be, that you can think it is a blessing, you know? You can look at it in a multitude of different ways. You can look at it metaphorically, but just know whatever you decipher out of a situation like that, when a synchronicity, like something significant like that, like a bird literally shits on you, that's something very obvious, but that's a synchronicity and it's telling you something because everything in our reality is always telling us something. So whenever it's something significant like that, it's always good to, look at it positively. You can look at it negatively, like, oh, the world's shitting on me or I'm doing something wrong. Or you can have it be a reflection of, oh, what is this actually telling me, and use it positively. It's up to you always. You are the boss. You are the creator of your own reality, as you have heard it said, but people just kind of throw that around and don't really know what it means. You literally are the creator of your reality. So you get to say and decide what the beliefs are and how you interpret any circumstance, any situation in your life. So that is very funny, at least to me on the outside. Uh, but I mean, what do you got out there? Like pelicans or something? It's probably like a pretty nasty one. But my week's been good. Today was like a lot of like tax stuff, so I was getting a lot of tax numbers together. So that was what it is, but it actually wasn't all that bad, honestly. I feel like I'm kind of getting better at it and just putting aside time for it. Um, just figuring out insurance. It's that time of year where you're like renewing your insurance, you're doing taxes, you're kind of getting everything together. Spring cleaning's around the corner, so just getting things organized a little bit, but it's been good. Been out in nature filming a lot, so I got some really good videos coming up for you guys this week. Really good videos. I mean, honestly, I think they're going to be awesome. The one that's coming out tomorrow, I think I'm going to post it tomorrow. I think will absolutely wake a lot of people up, and it'll be cool. I think you guys will enjoy it. It does have something to do with climbing a ladder, which Neville Goddard talks about in some of his seminars. Climbing up the ladder in your imagination to practice actually feeling your imagination and being in the first person when you are imagining the things and the circumstances that you want in your life. You have to physically feel it. You have to be there in the first person and not viewing it on a movie screen in the third person. That means you're doing it incorrectly. So just know that you got to be in the first person and feel it, actually feel it. No, went out with someone who has a crush on me. Nice. I don't know, gave him a chance. Was out in nature, birds shat on both of us. Oh, both. Interesting. Wow. I would love to dive into that more, but I'm going to let you kind of chew on it for a little bit. You let me know what you think you're taking from it. It doesn't have to be right now, but that's interesting. That's interesting. Giving someone a chance out in nature, and you both get shat on. That's these are the times, baby. That's one of those moments that I would say these are the times, man. These are moments I'll always remember. You'll never forget when a bird shits on you, so you might as well laugh about it, enjoy it. It's kind of it's interesting. That's very cool. All right, cool. Anyone else? Who else is here in the chat? Talk to Charisse, talk to me, let me know you're here. If anything comes up that you have questions about, if you just want to share things that are going on in your life, challenges, ups and downs, whatever you're going through, anything that's kind of manifested, just like Charisse has been talking about, that's quite the manifestation. let me know, and we can talk about it. If you guys have any questions about anything we start reading, we'll do that as well. So I think we could start going in here. Cheers, everybody. Hope you're having your nice, relaxing drink. I got a little bit of rosé tonight. Just kind of cleaning out the closet, honestly. And yeah, sit back, relax, throw this on your TV if you want. Sit on the couch, lay in your bed. You can pull it up on your phone, chat on your phone, see it pop up on the screen. Do all this while you're kicked back in your bed or your couch, just getting a relaxed state of being, and we'll start soaking all this stuff in. So, as I have said, and as you see in the chat and on the title and everything, we are reading. I don't know if it's his fourth book, but it's the fourth one on his list of his most famous work. This is Prayer, the Art of Believing. This was written in 1945 for reference. 1945. So, interesting time for all this to come out. This is going to be really powerful because I think prayer is a very misunderstood practice because of the way that we are taught about it in religion. And this is going to give you a whole other mindset to chew on and decide if it resonates with you. I know this is how prayer was actually meant to be. It really is about the art of believing in the things that you are praying about. So you're not just getting on your knees and praying to God and begging to God for blessings in your life, for a miracle to happen, for a job promotion, for the healing of yourself, for a family member or friend, or a job opportunity, or whatever it might be, or to get you out of the hole you're in life. It is about actually believing in what you are praying for. So that's what we're going to get into. And there's lots of Bible quotes here because he gets all of this from the Bible, the King James Version of the Bible, which I also have here. But I did go ahead and find the verses that this is the verses that are in here so that you guys can reference it in the Bible if you want to after the fact. So without further ado, I guess we should just get into this. We're already 17 minutes in. How does it go that fast? All right. Maybe I start I don't know. I see streamers, just before we start, I see streamers go hours. And I also I was talking about this at lunch with a buddy today. I need to find out how to get a capture card and get Twitch and YouTube to stream at the same time, because I could stream from both of those platforms at the same time, and I might even be able to do it with TikTok and Instagram as well. So then that might really start getting people in here and really start building that energy. But I enjoy that we're kind of building it just from YouTube right now, because YouTube is my focus. I don't think I want to start posting on Instagram and TikTok and all that yet, but because I just really want to focus on the content of the videos. But I do have plans to involve Twitch and probably whatever else I can add on to this, but that'll be coming in the future as well. But there's the streamers who stream. I mean, they do it for hours, and a lot of people are video gamers. So it's you kind of have something entertaining to watch, I guess, in passing. But I don't know. Let me know if you think, I don't know, I could do this for even longer, or we could do this multiple times a day. I don't know. Maybe just push the volume a little bit. I might just have to experiment with it. But for now, I feel 3 times a week for about an hour each is pretty good. So anyways, that was just a side note. All right. Chapter 1, the law of reversibility. Pray for my soul. More things are wrought by prayer than this world dreams of. And that's by Tennyson. And I forgot to look up who Tennyson is. That's exactly what I watch. Twitch is what you watch? Yeah. Yeah, I think Twitch is a more friendly, definitely is a more friendly, streamer friendly platform. We could probably get more traction from there. And then that's going to kind of filter them over to YouTube and then growing the channel, I think, as well, is what I'm thinking. So that will just be a good way to kind of streamline different viewers, find different viewers, and everything like that. Because then you can just, I mean, you're watching this on your app and your phone, and I'm sure too, but um, yeah, it's gonna give some more opportunities. So I think that's where we'll go. So I got to figure that out. I think it requires a capture card or something like that, and I got to figure out how all that works. So bear with me on that. For now, we'll keep doing this, building it from here, which is fine. But that'll be kind of fun to see that grow. Because even just adding Twitch, like doing this in Twitch, that's already like two different opportunities, And if we could get more from other platforms, then great. But anyways, that line is so pray for my soul. More things are wrought by prayer than this world dreams of. Prayer is an art and requires practice. So it requires practice, people. So this isn't something that you do one time and you feel it once or you feel good about it once. It requires practice. It really does. Just like everything else that we want to get good at, it requires repetition, because the repetition is how we continue to convince ourselves that we can actually do the things that we're trying to do. So it requires practice. The first requirement is a controlled imagination. A controlled imagination. Parade and vain repetitions. Parade? Okay. Parade and vain repetitions are foreign to prayer. Its exercise requires tranquility and peace of mind. Use not vain repetitions, for prayer is done in secret. So that's pretty easy to take apart. First requirement, controlled imagination. And control just means that you're not sitting there thinking about the day that you just had. You're not laying there thinking about the day that you're going to have tomorrow. You're not beating yourself up on things that you did today or didn't do, or mistakes you made or anything like that. You're not distracting yourself with a million different mindful actions in your imagination. You have to focus. Again, it has to be that repeated loop of something that is easy to manifest, that you can continue to loop over and over and over again. So it has to be controlled. Parade and vain repetitions are foreign to prayer. So it's foreign to prayer. It doesn't work for prayer. Parade and repetitions are foreign to prayer, but it needs to continue to be used. Repeat, 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 repeat. All right. So, and the exercise requires tranquility and peace. Yes. Okay. Thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. That is Matthew 6, verse 6. The ceremonies that are customarily used in prayer are mere superstitions and have been invented to give prayer an air of solemnity, like solemn. I don't know why I guess solemnity. Those who do practice the art of prayer are often ignorant of the laws that control it. They attribute the results obtained to the ceremonies and mistake the letter for the spirit. The essence of prayer is faith, but faith must be permeated with understanding to be given that active quality which it does not possess when standing alone. This is from the Bible as well. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. That's Proverbs 4, verse 4. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 4. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. Thank you. This book is an attempt to reduce the unknown to the known by pointing out conditions on which prayers are answered and without which they cannot be answered. It defines the conditions governing prayer in laws that are simply a generalization of our observations. The universal law of reversibility is the foundation on which its claims are based. Mechanical motion caused by speech was known for a long time before anyone dreamed of the possibility of an inverse transformation. That is, the reproduction of speech by mechanical motion, the phonograph. For a long time, electricity was produced by friction without ever a thought that friction in turn could be produced by electricity. So a lot of things can be used in order to let the mechanism of prayer work for you. Whether or not man succeeds in reversing the transformation of force, he knows nevertheless that all transformation of force are reversible. If heat can produce mechanical motion, so mechanical motion can produce heat. If electricity produces magnetism, magnetism too can develop electric currents. If the voice can cause gosh dang these words, Neville Goddard, undulatory currents, so can such currents reproduce the voice, and so on. Cause and effect, energy and matter, action and reaction are the same and interconvertible. This law is of the highest importance because it enables you to foresee the inverse transformation once the direct transformation is verified. If you knew how you would feel where you realized your objective, then inversely, you would know what state you could realize were you to awaken to yourself such feeling. The injunction to pray, believing that you already possess what you pray for, is based upon a knowledge of the law of the inverse transformation. Okay, we're getting into it. This is gonna be even deeper than feeling is a secret. I think there's gonna be a little bit more like talky stuff, I think, at least so far in the beginning here. But let's take apart the last paragraph because that's really important. So if you knew how you would feel were you to realize your objective, then inversely you would know what state you could realize were you to awaken in yourself such a feeling. So you would know that if you could create a feeling based off an imaginative act that excites you the most, then you would know that if you can feel that feeling as if it were real, that it is without a doubt that it will out picture itself in your reality, because it's just like these electrical currents that he was just talking about, and how heat and electricity and how one produces the other. That's exactly what he's talking about here. So one comes from the other. So if you knew in your heart of hearts that what you are imagining with feeling and training yourself to know and believe that what you want already exists, who you want to be, what you want to have already exists, then the natural outcome, just like energy producing heat and heat producing energy or electricity or whatever you just said, then you would see the realization of that which you desire, because it's just law, it's just physics, it's just the way the universe works. So we're just trying to simplify this down. It may be kind of complex language at first, but we're trying to just simplify this down to the very simple basics of this. If you can feel it and see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand and see it in your reality. So, the injunction to pray, believing that you already possess what you pray for, is based upon a knowledge of the law of inverse transformation. All right, let's get into that. If you realize prayer produces in you a definite feeling or state of consciousness, then inversely, that particular feeling or state of consciousness must produce your realized prayer, because all transformations of force are reversible. You should always assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. So you should awaken within you the feeling that you are and have that which you heretofore desired to be and possess. This is easily done by contemplating the joy that you would be yours were your objective and accomplished fact, so that you live and move and have your being in the feeling that your wish is realized. So whatever you thought was impossible for your life before feeling it to be true will become true, whether you like it or not, whether you define it positively or negatively. If you feel it, whatever you feel the most in your vibration, whatever you are feeling the most from your belief systems is what is going to be outpictured and given birth to in your reality. Feeling is believing. Yes, absolutely. 100%, Sharice. Feeling is believing. Feeling is the secret, just like the book we just read. Feeling is literally everything. That is your 100% main goal and focus and objective in your life, is to accomplish a state of feeling the wish fulfilled, a state of literally feeling what it feels like to have that child in your hand that you haven't been able to have manifested yet. If you're having trouble getting, pregnant, what does it feel like to hold that baby in your hand that you don't yet have? What does that feel like? And once you achieve that feeling strong enough, then it will be outpictured. But you have to continue to feel it. You can't just feel it one time. We have to practice this over and over and over. I'm just going to beat that in your head. You have to keep doing it. You have to keep feeling it. But just feel it for its own sake. Just feel it because it feels good to feel it. Don't worry about it objectifying itself in reality. It will, in some way, shape, or form. It absolutely will. Without a doubt. It might not look exactly what you thought it would look like, but it will look far better than what you could have ever imagined. So don't insist or expect that it has to look or feel or sound or taste or touch or whatever, that it has to look a certain way. Don't do that, because that only adds more resistance on your way. It's only going to create more anxiousness within you. Don't worry about how it's going to come. That's not your job. Don't worry about when it's going to come. It's not your job. It's different for everybody. It's different for every manifestation. It depends where your beliefs are. It depends where you're at, just where you're at in general. So I've harped on that before. I'm going to always continue to harp on that. So thank you. We got to feel it. We have to feel it. Everything that you want is on the other side of feeling. Everything that you want is on the other side of feeling it to be true. Man, this is what I mean when I say we need to work harder on ourselves than on our jobs and our careers. Because if we can create the feeling and have our main focus be not only feeling the wish fulfilled of the things we want and doing all these imaginative acts, but how we actually feel on a day-to-day basis, being aware of how we're feeling in every moment. How do you feel when you wake up? How do you feel mid-morning? How do you feel at noon? How do you feel mid-afternoon? How do you feel in the evening when you're eating dinner? How do you feel as your day's unwinding and you're about to go to sleep? And just be aware of it and not just running on autopilot like everybody does. And I've done it too. And I have to catch myself as well. We have to catch ourselves because we're so entrained to just go with things and accept things for where they are, accept everything at face value, and just get into this spot of, well, this is the way life is and it can't change and it won't change. And money doesn't grow on trees. Life is difficult. Life is a challenge. You're always doing something wrong. You're sinful. And if you're whatever your belief systems are that are negatively holding you back, that's what we tend to get ourselves caught up in so much of the time. And it just holds us back from being who we are and having what we truly desire to have. So if you would just let yourself focus more intensely on feeling good in your life and feeling the state of the wish fulfilled, your life will change so much faster and so much more effortlessly than any amount of effort that you can put into your career ever would. Because we think the harder we work on our career, then the more that is going to be manifested in your life, the more that we can actually have. But it tends, and to some people, sure, some people have worked very, very hard in their lives and they have sacrificed and they have achieved a lot, the high achievers. But at what end? At what end have they achieved that? Have they sacrificed their own emotions? Have they sacrificed time with their wife, their husbands, their kids? Have they sacrificed experiences that could have lifted them up and filled them up to the brim? A lot of people who get to that point of success feel empty when they get there because they're like, this is it. This is what I've been working my whole life for. I thought this end goal of whatever it might be would feel different, would satisfy me, would fulfill me, and it doesn't. What's up with that? And then all the drinking, the drugs, the suicides, all of that starts to, the divorces, all the terrible things that happen in the world happen for that reason. People are working way too hard. They are self-sacrificing. They're sacrificing their relationships. They are sacrificing their life and their well-being for this picture in their mind that they think they have to have and they have to force themselves to have. And they do, and they get there and they have regret. They have a sense of emptiness and they have no idea what to do with themselves because their whole life has been all about getting to that one goal. That's why a lot of sports players, like football players or something, once they retire, they have no idea what to do. They get fat, they get depressed, they get divorced, their kids don't like them, whatever the case may be. That is why all those things happen, because they don't know what the hell to do with themselves, because they've achieved everything that their childhood dreams. They have worked so hard, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't achieve those things, but when you put your whole life and focus on achieving a certain thing, and then once you achieve it, you're like, well, what do I do now? Who am I now that this segment of my life is over? I've already achieved everything that I've wanted. I already have all the money, all the cars, all the houses, all the yachts, all the freedom that I could ever ask for, and yet I'm still miserable. Why? Because they don't have a sense of purpose anymore. They don't care about how they feel. They only care about the end result, the end objective that they've been chasing. And when you do that and you rely upon manifestations, when you rely upon physical things and accolades and trophies and awards, Emmys and Oscars and Grammys and you know, statuses, a status in your work and in your work in your career, it will never satisfy and fulfill you if you've gone about it in that way, where you have to sacrifice and self-sacrifice and work hard and push and strive and force your way to get everything. I'm high as fuck, but we're thinking the same things. Way to go, Maxwell. Thank you. Cheers. Yes. Oh, yeah. I love it. Thank you. I'm glad it's resonating. I mean, if this changes one life, if this just changes one perspective on the stream tonight, or as you're rewatching this, then thank you so much. That is what I'm doing this for. And I don't know. I never know what I'm going to say. And this is bringing out a whole lot of me as I'm talking about this. But that's what this, that's what these live streams are all about. I read this and then I allow myself to channel what comes through and feels the strongest. And that is what, that was a message for somebody either on the stream right now or somebody who's going to rewatch this. That message was for you. You do not have to be a high achiever. You have to focus more on achieving grace and love and peace within yourself, being happy with who you are, finding that way to truly love yourself unconditionally of the mistakes that you make, or the whatever, the lessons that you learn that you think you did wrong, or however people judge you. You have to let all of that go. You have to work harder on yourself than on your career, because you'll get everything that you want and way, way more if you do that. But if you do the opposite and you work and you strive and you force and you push your life and you force your life into a certain picture that you have in your mind that is that objective, the majority of people who do that, not everybody, some people are just, they can work hard like that and they love it and they're passionate about it and they work hard and they get there and then they just continue, because there is no end. There's no retirement. There's no being done with it. They just know how to follow their inspiration. So I'm not saying that there's never that point where you get so passionate that people from the outside looking at you think you are a hard ass worker. But to you, who is experiencing that life, you're not working hard at all. It's an effortless flow. It is inspired action that just continues and continues and continues, because you're not self-sacrificing. You're not putting others first. You're putting yourself first so that you can pour from a full cup and not an empty cup. Because when you fill your own cup up first, then you can pour out the rest to others. So you can share your gifts with others. I hope that touched you. God, we're already at 38 minutes. That was like a 20-minute speech. Okay. Here we go. You should awaken within you. Okay, I think I'm going to read it again. Did I already read this? Awaken within you the feeling that you already have that which you heretofore desired and to be and to possess. Yes, I read this already. So yeah, feel it. Yeah. The feeling of the wish fulfilled, if assumed and sustained, must objectify the state that would have created it. The feeling of the wish fulfilled, if assumed and sustained, so you can't feel it once. Once again, you cannot feel this once. You have to feel it and sustain it. If assumed and sustained, must objectify the state that would have created it. So all the circumstances, all the synchronicities that are required, all the opportunities, all the networking connections, all of those, if they are required, must take place and be objectified in order to synchronistically and effortlessly get you to the version of you that you want to be and more. The things that you want to have and more. That is the law of assumption. That is just the law of the universe. That is just physics. It's not woo-woo. So this prayer stuff is not a religious thing. It's not a woo-woo thing. It's a physical thing. It is physics. It is science. It is the nature of our reality. And so we're just becoming aware of that now, so that once we're aware of it, we can continue to apply it. So it must be objectified. It must. It is law. We don't need to know the how or the when. We just need to know that it will, and not have an insistence that it has to look a certain way or do a certain thing for you because you are feeling it or you're taking actions that inspire you. You do it unconditionally, just because it feels good. You do it for its own sake, only because you feel good doing it. This law explains why, and this is from the Bible, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Hebrews 11:1. That's what that is. Faith is the substance of things that you hope for and is the evidence of things that you have not seen. So faith is convincing yourself of the evidence that has not been outpictured or experienced in your physical reality, but you know that it exists. You know that it is out there for you. You know that it is good for you. You know that it is who you are, and that's what matters the most. Guys, if you're jumping in here, let me know. If you're in the chat, don't be shy. We don't have to just talk about this. Let me know if this is sparking anything within you. And again, if you guys are hitting this and watching this after the fact, if you're getting anything out of this, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's going to mean so much to me. And if you guys are jumping in and you're feeling value, you're feeling inspired, if you're feeling a new inkling of something, a new inspiration, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I got so many videos where I take you out in nature and I describe these laws in different ways and different topics. And it's an amazing thing. Not taking things seriously. I'm not your guru. I'm not preaching at you. I'm just sharing and offering my perspective and my beliefs and my knowings that work for me and that I'm applying and that I know to be true, so that hopefully you can be inspired to take them on yourselves and grow these belief systems in a way that you are outpicturing things that you've always wanted to, and you're expressing the authentic version of yourself that you've always deserved yourself to do and be, but that maybe you've been too afraid of. We're all going to grow together. That is what my channel is all about. So thank you so much. And we're going to continue on. Here's the next Bible quote. He calleth things that are not seen as though they were, and things that were not seen become seen. That is Romans chapter 4, verse 17. Okay, look all this up in the Bible afterwards. King James Version. I'm sure there's other ones, but these are the King James Version quotes, okay? So he calleth things that are not seen as though they were, and the things that were not seen become seen. Exactly what I've been saying. Exactly what I've been saying. So assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and continue feeling that it is fulfilled until that which you feel objectifies itself into your life, until it literally objectifies itself. You have to sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled until that thing objectifies itself. Not that exact thing, not that exact picture, because you have to let go of that picture. Once you hit that, once you climax and you impregnate the subconscious with your conscious feeling and excitement about that feeling, that's the climax. Once you hit that climax, this is all sexual, but it's all real. Then you have to let go of the outcome completely. Once once that happens in nature, you're not constantly monitoring it. Yeah, you might go to the doctor and check it out or whatever. But once you know that once you know she is pregnant, the female is pregnant, the subconscious is pregnant, and you don't worry about when it comes or how it comes. You just know that it's going to come around 9 months from now. And for everybody, it's different. For every manifestation is different. For a horse, it takes 12 months. A baby, human baby, 9 months. A goat, lamb, like 5 or 6 months. An elephant takes almost 2 years. I wish Christians. Oh, hello. Olga Kuzmin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for chatting in. I wish Christians understood Bible like Neville explains it. Most are stuck in victimhood and look for God outside. I have been there. I've also been there. And that is why thank you for that comment. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. It's so true. I have been there as well. I grew up very devoutly Catholic. I did everything Catholic that you could do. I was baptized. I was an altar boy. I did all the catechisms, the confirmations, first Holy Communions, all the confessions, all the retreats and camps. I did it all. And I was engulfed in it and I believed in it. But something always something was always calling me to a different way. And you're exactly right. And it doesn't mean that those people are bad or mistaken. And I know that's not what you're saying, Olga. But it doesn't mean that, those things are inherently negative. Reading The Power of Awareness now. Awesome. Right on. Well, yeah, as you can see, we're reading Prayer, the Art of Believing. And I got all his books right here, and I've read them all. We just got done reading Feeling is the Secret. I'm sure you're aware of that one. That's awesome. But yeah, The Power of Awareness was a great one as well. But yeah, we're going through prayer. This was based on what we drew in our little lottery last week, and this was the one that came up. And I do feel like it's very, very powerful. So yes, I know they are where they are. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I knew you knew. You're very welcome, and thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. If you're getting anything out of this, I'd love if you would subscribe to the channel and follow along with all the other videos. I do these live streams Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays around 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And yeah, we just take apart because, you're reading Neville Goddard, Olga. He can really talk in riddles sometimes. You have to reread it over and over again. You're like, what was that was just said? Or, it takes a long time to interpret it sometimes. Very philosophical. I do my best to break it down in a way that is easy to digest for people who aren't even aware of who Neville Goddard is or how to interpret it or what any of this is. So we take it apart piece by piece, and usually get through about a chapter a night, and it takes about an hour or more to really take it all apart. And so that's the goal and intention of this. So if that resonates, it would mean a lot to me. But I appreciate you just jumping in here regardless and synchronizing with finding me on this live stream here. It's been a blast. I love doing this. I love sharing it. I'm passionate about it. Awesome. I do lives too. Awesome. Everyone go check out Olga's live streams. Go check out her channel. Yeah, shout you out. That's great. I'll have to check out your live stream sometime. That's sick. Super cool. Awesome. It's great to build like the Neville Goddard community and bring in people who are unaware of Neville Goddard and unaware of the laws of the universe, and just are like, they're kind of on the verge of, because this is something that I've talked about before. And Olga, cheers. Thank you. We like to chill, take it easy, and just enjoy our evenings here. But that's something I want to talk about too in future live streams, future videos, and just future everythings, is that transition from, for me, it was Catholicism to a more open-minded, open-hearted vision or understanding of the universe and of just spirituality in general. Just to put it in a general sense, people usually understand what religion is and what spirituality is. They're both very general, but it's just the easiest way to describe that. But that transition can be very difficult and challenging, and it certainly was for me. And so bridging those into your new belief systems, into who you are, into what you're feeling now, and people who are on the verge of like, they're still in religion, but they don't know, they feel like something is missing. They feel like a part of them is missing. They feel like something is missing, and they want to take the leap to learn and understand a new point of view, but they haven't yet. That's something I'm very inspired to help people through as well, because that transition can be filled with a lot of guilt and shame for sure, without a doubt. But it doesn't have to. But I definitely went through a very deep, dark night of the soul period. And so I've been through it. I've been through the worst stages of it, the harshest stages of it, in a very tumultuous time in my life and crazy place. Was living in Manhattan at the time. So, I've been through it. And if I can help somebody to go through that smoother and quicker and with more grace and self-love and less guilt and shame, then that's absolutely what I want to do. So truly so, you are helping so many in your own way. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Many are waking up. Yes, they are. Yeah, there's a great shift happening in the world right now, and it can seem very chaotic at times, at lots of times these days for sure. I don't watch a whole lot of the news and what's going on. I really don't watch any, but sometimes it just comes up and you really can't help but know about it, which is fine. But, there's a lot going on, but the light has to be shown on the darkness in order for it to transcend into the light. And that, if you want to look at it that way. So all of the stuff that is dark and terrible that we're witnessing now in our media and news and social media is all happening for a good reason, because it all has to come to the surface in order for it to be dealt with and transitioned out of. More real humans are speaking up. the better. Yeah, absolutely. And we don't all have to agree. We can honor each other for our differences and for our differences in beliefs and everything. But the key is to not, kill each other over it, or condemn each other over it, or say that you're going to hell because you believe a certain thing or anything like that. The more people that wake up to who they really are and truly authentically express themselves in the world unconditionally, not giving a shit what other people think of them and what they might be persecuted for their authentic expression of their gifts and their talents and their dreams and goals, the better this life and the better the transition of this shift that we're going through is going to go for each individual, because we're all creating our own individual realities. None of our realities are actually the same, but for each individual, we can create it in a much smoother way, and we can all shift to versions of Earth and versions of ourselves that are in much better coherence and are much smoother and more effortless and more with the downstream flow than we've ever experienced before. And so that's what it's all about. That's why I'm reading Neville Goddard, to wake people up to the manifestations and the way that they're living. They're always manifesting. They're always using these laws. They are always experiencing what I'm reading in this book. It is already happening because it's a law. It's not something that you have to learn. It's just something that you have to become aware of, the fact that you are using it, and then use it with intention, use it with awareness, use it with a conscious awareness, use it consciously so that you can actually create the reality that you prefer. You are well spoken. Keep it up, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Olga. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, just appreciate you stopping by and the synchronicity of it all. Definitely stop in. Feel free to keep chatting. Feel free to talk about anything, ask anything, interact with other people in the chat. Subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of videos where I take you out in nature and talk about Neville Goddarian concepts. That sounded wrong, but talk a lot about us. I don't necessarily reference Neville Goddard all the time out there. It doesn't mean I won't, but I just haven't done it a whole lot yet. I like to keep it kind of neutral and just let the information speak for itself, and the way that it resonates speak for itself. It doesn't matter who it comes from or where it comes from. So that's the way I like to do it. And I like to take you out in nature because it all just blends together out there, and you feel it much stronger out there in nature. And I love to show you where I live. I live in a beautiful, beautiful place. And it's my passion to share that with you while I do it. Subbed, thank you. Thank you. That means so much to me. Seriously, especially at these beginning times of the channel and of these live streams. Every sub, every like, everything means so much. So thank you, Olga. Appreciate it. If you guys are seeing this afterwards, please hit the like button and subscribe. If you're getting any value out of this, it's going to mean the world to me. Thank you so much. And, bring a friend. Like, if you guys in the chat, like if you have anybody that you think is dipping their toes into Neville Goddard or more into spirituality from a religious point of view, or that you just think would benefit, like bring them on, like, a little date night to enjoy learning the laws of the universe, just sharing like good vibes that I create here in this open-hearted community where there's no right or wrong. We can all chat things that we're going through, the manifestations that are happening, the things that we're feeling, the ups and downs, the challenges and everything. We could talk about all that together openly and help each other out and help each other to seep and soak these belief systems and these laws into us so that we believe it more strongly. We're all going to help each other out to do that in this community. So thank you. Love nature. Where are you in the US? I am in Colorado. Yeah. Yep, it is fantastic. I used to go wild edible picking during 2019 days and used in my raw food and plant-based smoothies. Love nature. That sounds so good. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. That's something I definitely want to get into as well, guys. Just figuring out like what's edible out there, finding where it's at, when is the ripe time, the ripe season, picking it, making pies and smoothies and all that. Mushroom picking. The mushroom season out here is amazing. And to be able to just decipher what you can eat, what you can't, and use that and implement that in your diet, and you're taking it all from nature. It's awesome. Awesome. So that's cool. That's definitely something I want to get into too. You can eat so much in nature. Yeah, you can fill yourself up and you could survive out there, It's a crazy thing. Yes, we said that at the same time. Synchronizing already, Olga. Awesome. Yeah, you can. Absolutely. Nature can teach you so many things. You're going to like these videos for sure. You're definitely going to like the videos I put out there and the nature out there. So that's awesome. What a great synchronicity. It's so great to have you. Thank you for being here. Everybody welcome Olga in the chat. Check out her live streams, her YouTube. That's awesome. I'll check that out very soon, see what you got going on. But thank you for jumping in here and continue to go. All right, we think we only got a few more sentences and another Bible verse, and we'll be done with chapter 1 of the art of prayer, the art of believing. So yeah, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and continue feeling that it is fulfilled until that which you feel objectifies itself, which it will. If a physical fact can produce a psychological state, a psychological state can produce a physical fact. So for all of us who are like, oh, I'll believe it when I see it. That's for all of you. That phrase is for all of you, because if a physical fact can produce a psychological state, so something physical that you manifest or something that happens in your outside world happens, and that produces in you emotional state, a psychological state, a trigger, a up, a down, or whatever, then you can also produce a physical state from a psychological state. So a psychological state can actually produce a physical state as well. They both work both ways, okay? But whatever you're manifesting and out picture, like whatever's happening in your outside world is what you have already psychologically produced. You just don't know it. You're just not aware of it yet. So become aware of it. Be like, look, this thing that happened, whether I like it or not, I did it. And either congratulate yourself if you like it and it's a manifestation that is great. Always pat yourself on the back. Take the time to congratulate yourself. Take yourself out to dinner, whatever it is, so that you can soak that into you even deeper, that belief system that created that manifestation. But if it's something that you don't prefer, don't see it as you're doing something wrong or that God is upset with you or anything like that. You don't have to define it that way. You can define it positively by being like, why is this happening? What could I have been thinking about that could have been the reason why this manifested? Or what is this manifestation that is triggering me, trying to tell me? Or what is the emotion that is triggering from this manifestation, from this circumstance, trying to tell me? And then just evaluate it and find what it is, replace that negative belief system with a positive one, and continue to feel it over and over and over again until it becomes who you are, because you have to create a stronger feeling for the positive state, the positive belief system. It has to be stronger than the negative belief system and the negative outlook. And you do that through the level and energy that you put into the feeling of it. All right. So if the effect A can be produced by the cause B, then inversely, the effect B can be produced by the cause A. So yeah, I just described that. Therefore, I say unto you, and this is from the Bible, and this is the end of the chapter, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye have received them, and ye shall have them. I'll just take out the ye's. Whatever things so you desire, when you pray, believe that you have received them, and you shall have them. That's Mark chapter 11, verse 24. Mark 11, 24. This is all in the Bible. People just forget about things like that. I don't know, like it's not emphasized in religion or in any catechisms or anything I've ever been a part of. Whatever you desire, when you pray, believe that you receive them and you will receive them. And this is the new way of prayer that we are developing in this live stream. This is what we are coming to realize. This is what I am teaching and sharing with you guys so that you could chew on it and digest it. These concepts that we have just read in this first chapter will change your life right now if you start applying them. If you start sustaining the feeling of the wish fulfilled, if you get consistent with practicing your way and rehearsing your way into a happier, more feeling that is positive, that having that be your natural state of being. Again, working harder on yourself than on your career, working more intensely, have a literal intensity, an intensity of focus about working on yourself, not working hard on yourself, but just working on yourself, figuring yourself out, learning about yourself, being compassionate towards yourself, loving yourself, all of these things. Put more work, focus, and intensity of effort towards that than your career, and your life will change and things will start to manifest, and you'll be going with the downstream flow and not paddling upstream to try and get to where you are, which you can do that if you want, It's up to you. Again, these are all sharings and offerings. This is not me preaching or saying that you should do this or that you must do this, or you're going to hell if you don't, or you're doing something wrong if you're not, or you're a dummy if you don't. But I'm just sharing what is intensely inside of me that I know is true and that continues to work for me in my life. Do you have an example from your life on that manifestation? Just in general? Yeah. So I've said this before, but this is something that has happened the most recently to me. So when I decided to, I'm a singer. So when I decided to do that, yes. Okay, cool. When I decided to do that, I decided to do it just because it sounded fun, because it sounded like the next best thing that I should do, not should do, but could do. And I didn't have any insistence or expectation of where it needed to take me. And I've been doing it for a couple of years now, and it's been an effortless downstream flow. It has supported me 100% in everything that I need to do and want to do right now. It has given me the opportunity to have time and freedom to pour my passion and effort into what I'm truly, truly even most passionate about. Like, this is all like the cake, if you want to look at it that way. Everything that I'm doing on this channel, talking to you guys, the movement I'm creating, that's what I really want to do. And the singing is like the cherry on top, the icing on the cake. But all of that has happened effortlessly. Awesome. Is this your art behind you? No, no, it's not. It is not. Yeah, I'm not an artist like that. I can't draw worth a shit. But yeah, you could see, it's a lot more nature. I just can't get enough of it in my natural surroundings. I have to bring it into my room as well. But no, yeah, I appreciate that. But I wish it were. It would be awesome to do. But yeah, so that all happened naturally. And then I'll just say, one other thing is that, one day when I was doing a gig and everything, some just like nice older lady comes up to me and says that she wants to, fund an album for me to create, and she's willing to pay like up to $15,000 for it. And I didn't have to even ask for that, or that wasn't even something that was really on my mind, but it must have been something that I need or that is necessary. So I'm still working my way into utilizing that, but that's a perfect example as well. Things just start coming to you when you act authentically, when you act on your passion unconditionally, regardless of what you think should happen or should manifest or the feelings that you should have from taking an action. You just do it unconditionally. You don't do it because of what you think it should get you at all. You do it for its own sake because it gives you joy. Many grown men sit, play video games, nothing wrong, but beautiful to see young souls step out and shine the light. Yep. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. A lot of people are making very handsome livings doing video games and streaming. It's amazing times we're living in. Who would have thought? But yeah, that's actually real. But absolutely. And if you're doing, passionate, true, thank you for sharing. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Yeah, beautiful to see souls step out and shine the light. That's what my channel is all about. That is the main focus, at least that I have found in what I'm putting out there, that I'm just kind of naturally gravitating towards and putting out there, is the fact that, yeah, it's all about shining our light. We don't have to do anything else but shine our light. It's as simple as just sitting on a park bench and embodying the master inside of us and radiating our light. We don't have to go out and do things. We don't have to do those things. Yes, we're going to be inspired to do those things. And that's why we came here, because we want to take physical actions in these physical bodies, this physical experience that we're in right now. But all we have to do is shine our light, and that changes the world around us. Because you never change the world that you're in. You change yourself, and then the world outside of you reflects that change unconditionally. So you don't change the world you're in. You change yourself, and then you shift to a version of Earth that is in coherence with the version of you that you have decided to embody, with that unconditional side of you that you have decided to shine your light. It's going to resonate with that version of you. And then you're just going to see the reality change in more and more ways, and more peace will become present on Earth. You will see more peace, more synchronicity, more joy, more laughter, more fun, more silliness, more goofiness in the world. You will be expressing that in yourself. And then you'll just live happily ever after, because challenges, when they come up, they're not going to hurt you. They're not going to make you feel bad about yourself. They're not going to sway you in a bad direction, but you're going to be able to embrace them with joy, with laughter, with fun, with intrigue, with interest, and with passion. And you're going to know how to handle the situations of life and see them for what they are and view them in a positive light, because that's how we're truly meant to experience this life. So I hope that all resonates with you guys. There's a big book here. This is all Neville's work. Again, I've read through all of it, but we're going through Prayer, the Art of Believing, which is an amazing, amazing book. I'm so happy that this was the one that was naturally drawn in our little lottery that we did last week on how we're going to pick out these books. And this was the one that came up synchronistically. So that was the one that was necessary for the people who haven't even gotten to the stream yet. People like you, Olga, who just got here. This was for you. This was for you to hear right now. I set my prayer and my intention before choosing the next book was that it is going to be the book that is most necessary for the time that we're currently in, and for the next wave of viewers and subscribers and people who find these live streams and find my YouTube channel, what's going to resonate with them and what's going to help them the most. So really hope you got a lot of value out of this. Everybody that has stopped by in tonight, thank you so much. Again, if you would just hit the like button on this video and subscribe, if you're feeling the vibes, if you resonate with the things that I say, the things that Neville says, anything on my YouTube channel, it's all going to mean so much to me, especially at these beginning times, to have you along for the journey. So thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. This has been fun. I mean, gosh, an hour and 6 minutes. It flies by. Keep going, brother. Thank you. I will. Absolutely. I will, just because it's my birthright to do so, just because it is my excitement and passion to do so. No insistence or expectation as to where this needs to take me, but I know that it will take me everywhere that I need to go, with faith and with knowing that if I can feel it as strongly as I can in my imagination and feel as good as I can in my days as I go about taking these actions, then everything synchronistically will come to me naturally, and I will know it when I see it. I'll know how to take action on it. I'll be inspired to take action on the opportunities that do come. Everything that I need to take action on the opportunities that do come will be there at my disposal to use, and I will know what to do when they come. It's just how that works. So I'm not going to have to work hard for it. I'm not going to have to effort towards it. I'm not going to have to push or force or manipulate or anything like that. It's just going to continue to naturally come to me, piece by piece, and I'll know it when I see it, and I'll know what actions to take as it comes up. So, and that's how it can work for all of you guys as well. So if that resonates, subscribe and hit the like button for that right there. But anything else in the chat that you guys want to say, any last minute things, any questions, any comments on anything we've read tonight, anything that I've said, any questions you have about me, or if you want to introduce yourself or whatever, feel free to throw them in the chat real quick. It's crazy. We're already at an hour and 8 minutes. It flies by. Again, I mean, it took 8 episodes, about 8-hour episodes. So 8 hours or a little bit more probably to get through Feeling is the Secret, which is about a 25 page book. This one's a little longer. I think it's like 30 pages, maybe 35. Some of his books are short, some of them are long, but they are jam-packed with information, and it takes a long time to pick apart all of it. And yeah, I'll go off on these kind of these rampages of excitement and expression as I start reading things, and as you guys chat. It inspires me to just start channeling and talking about things that that help you in your life. So this is also an opportunity for you to ask questions if you're going through something in your life that is challenging, or if you need guidance, or if you just need presence, someone to be present with it. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I'm inspired to take action on. So it's awesome whenever you guys do chat about those kinds of things. Not that it's required, but that when you do chat on them, it brings out the best in me. It brings out something that is unexpected. It brings out pieces of me that I didn't even know were there. And that's just because this is what I'm meant to do, and this is who I really am. I am this person who is a guide, who is an expresser, who is someone who is passionate about helping others to be the best versions of themselves and live the highest excitement and passions that they possibly can in life, because that helps out the entire universe. It helps out the world. It helps out everybody around you. It's about being a leader by example. And that's what I've always preached. That's what I've always told myself. The biggest thing that I want to do in my life more than anything is just be a leader of example, someone that you look at and feel inspired by, or you feel an impulse to act in a different way or believe something a little bit different that is outside of your current set of belief systems, but that has been calling you, and that something that I say sparks that in you, and you naturally take action on it. It's just awesome. That's what it's all about for me. So keep being authentic. People can feel that. Yeah, always. Yeah, people, and more and more, I think, Olga, that's a good point. Like, I think more and more people are starting to feel that and resonate with that on social media platforms and just in the world in general. But a lot on this YouTube, there's a lot more long form content. There's a lot more people like not going towards all the entertainment and drama and everything like that that's on YouTube and other social media. But for me, I'm focusing on YouTube right now because I've always loved YouTube. People are wanting that authenticity. People are just wanting a real person to interact with them. And that's why I do these live streams, because I'm not just this, perfect painted, character in the perfect, little videos, but just, in the polished videos that are edited. I'm not just that person behind a screen who you can't get to know. That's why I do these live streams, so you can actually get to know the man behind the curtain, so to speak, and not be wondering who I am or if I'm really about what I talk about in those videos. You can see it and you can feel it through what you're getting from my energy through the live stream. So appreciate that point. No sales or forcing, just be you. It's priceless. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yep. No forcing. It's just about being ourselves. Yeah, it's priceless. And yeah, me too. I got off other platforms just to do YouTube and have great connections with souls. Yeah, it's awesome. I think YouTube's a great platform. I love the long form format. I really do believe YouTube is the next Hollywood. I think we're seeing that more and more. More people are getting recognized for being YouTubers and streamers than they are for being in the movies these days. Unless like you're one of the old celebrities, they're always getting noticed still, and current ones too. But just saying, like, there's more and more people doing social media and YouTube specifically that are becoming, famous in these ways and more recognized on the streets and everything like that. So it's definitely a medium that is going to change lives and change souls, and it can really change the planet. And I appreciate the opportunity to be able to express myself on this channel and the things that I'm passionate about. And so if you guys appreciate that too, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe. That would be awesome. Getting all these things off, when you're first starting the channels is probably the most challenging part. Most of the time is just getting it off the ground. So any little bit of that, if you want to share it with somebody, if you're seeing this after the fact, bring them along. Again, a little date night, manifestation date night to learn more about yourself is more than welcome and appreciated here. But I think that's going to kind of do it for tonight, guys. Unless there's any last burning questions or burning things in the chat, let me know. Otherwise, I think we'll call it a good evening. An hour and 13 minutes. Pretty good. Pretty nice. I feel great. I feel blessed. I feel thankful to be able to share. And I really hope this resonated with you guys. I hope my energy resonates. I hope, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just creating a movement here that you can either decide to join or watch in the background or pass by. It's all good. I'm just doing it because it's who I am and it's what I truly care about. So yeah, thank you guys. Cheers, cheers, cheers. All right, guys. Last chance here. Last chance you. Thank you so much, Olga. It was great meeting you. Thank you, Charisse, earlier. I know you're always in here. Appreciate all your feedback in the comment sections of the videos and participating and commenting here and sharing what happens to you and all that. Really appreciate everybody who's joining in here. So thank you so much. Good night, Olga. Thank you so much. Nice meeting you. Take care. And all right, guys, well, have a good night. We'll be back on Thursday, same time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we'll continue prayer, the art of believing. Neville Goddard's book, written in 1945. We got through chapter 1 tonight, and we will go on and move on to chapter 2 and see where all that takes us. So bring a friend, and we'll see you guys in a couple of days. Have a great one. Got some great videos coming out for you guys as well, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week, 3 in a row. So stay tuned for those. I think that's really, really going to help you. I know it's going to help somebody, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. So thank you so much. Good night.